What if I told you that one of the NFL's most beleaguered franchises was finally about to break its curse? What if a team that has been knocking at the door for years is now assembling its most dangerous roster yet, with changes that could directly impact teams like the Raiders and reshape the entire AFC race? For years, the Buffalo Bills have been stuck in the painful cycle of almost, always within striking distance of glory, but never quite able to finish the job. Devastating playoff losses to the Kansas City Chiefs have given the franchise a bitter tradition. 2 crushing losses in the AFC Championship, a shocking home upset against the Cincinnati Bengals in 2022. But this season, something feels different. Very different. NFL.com analyst Adam Rank recently made a bold prediction that has sent shockwaves around the league. The Buffalo Bills will not only finally make it to the Super Bowl this season, they'll win it all. And when you take a closer look at how that season is shaping up, his argument becomes extremely hard to ignore. Josh Allen, coming off his first MVP season in 2024, is entering his prime. He's led one of the most dynamic and dangerous offenses in all of football. But it might be a big change for Buffalo to not be on offense. It's on the other side of the ball. The Bills were given the 2025 NFL Draft to aggressively address the persistent weaknesses that have plagued them in recent years. They added speedy cornerback Maxwell Hairston and powerful, relentless edge rusher Landon Jackson, both capable of transforming this defense into a unit that finally holds its own under the spotlight of playoff pressure. Then comes what may be the biggest advantage of all, the schedule. This could be Buffalo's most favorable schedule in years. They'll face 10 opponents who finished 2024 with negative records. If the Bills can get off to a fast start and secure home field advantage, it could force all comers to make the brutal trip to Buffalo, which is frozen and snowy, in January. The Chiefs, the Bengals, even our Raiders, all the AFC contenders will feel the weight of Buffalo's rise if they secure the coveted top seed. And here's the part that should send a chill down the spine of every AFC fan. If you think the Bills are done building their roster, you're sorely mistaken. Their next potential move, if it happens, could completely change the balance of power in the conference. It could create an offensive nightmare that even the best defenses can't contain. Because the Bills may be onto something no one is quite ready for yet. A move that could transform their elite offense into an absolutely unstoppable one. If you didn't realize that Buffalo's offense was already dangerous, what comes next could elevate it to something the AFC simply isn't equipped to handle. Despite being among the NFL's most explosive offenses last season, averaging more than 30 points per game, becoming the first team in history to record 30 passing touchdowns and 30 rushing touchdowns in the same season. The Bills remain unsatisfied, and that hunger is what separates contenders from champions. The wide receiver core is talented but far from elite. Khalil Shakir has shown steady growth as Allen's top target. Heat guard Keon Coleman has intriguing potential, and the addition of free agent Joshua Palmer adds reliable depth. Tight end Dalton Kincaid has shown promise when healthy, but he's still developing into the true difference maker they believe he can be. But to destroy Kansas City and avoid teams like Cincinnati, Baltimore, and even the rising Raiders, we all know that adding another proven star could be the final piece of the puzzle, and that star could already be on Washington's trade list. Enter Terry McLaurin. The Washington Commanders' star wide receiver finds himself in a contract impasse that shows no signs of resolving. McLaurin, coming off a career-high season that earned him second-team All-Pro honors with 13 touchdown receptions, wants a significant contract extension. But with Washington's recent acquisition of Deebo Samuel, there's growing belief that McLaurin could be available, especially while his trade value remains at an all-time high as he approaches age 30. NFL analyst Daniel Arwas outlined a trade scenario that could shock the AFC. Buffalo acquires McLaurin in exchange for a 2026 second and fourth round draft pick. On paper, it's a win-win situation. Washington gains valuable draft capital by building a rookie quarterback around Jaden Daniels. Buffalo adds one of the most talented and dangerous wide receivers in the league, giving Josh Allen an elite weapon capable of destroying opposing secondaries. Picture it. McLaurin drawing the best coverage on the outside, Kincaid attacking the gaps, Coleman serving as a stout secondary option, and James Cook punishing run defenses, all with Allen orchestrating the chaos. This isn't just a dangerous offense, it's a Super Bowl caliber juggernaut. McLaurin's precision on routes, explosiveness after the catch, and reliability in critical moments could be what Buffalo needs to finally overcome a slump. No more almosts. No more disappointments. This is the kind of game that could transform Buffalo from a contender to a championship contender. But while the addition of a star wide receiver is front-page news, there's another situation quietly brewing behind the scenes, one that could force Buffalo to make another bold move. And that next potential move involves one of the biggest question marks in their entire offensive game plan: the future of James Cook. As Buffalo looks to potentially bolster its receiving core with a blockbuster signing of Terry McLaurin, a parallel drama is quietly unfolding behind the scenes, one that could drastically reshape its entire offensive identity. The issue? The James Cook contract dispute. Coming off a career-high season in which he led one of the most efficient rushing attacks in NFL history, Cook has quickly established himself as a vital piece of Buffalo's offense. His explosive running style, combined with his versatility as a pass catcher, has made him a nightmare for opposing defenses through 2024. But now, Cook believes it's time for his payday, and that's where things get complicated. Multiple league sources suggest that contract negotiations between Cook and the Bills have reached a frustrating impasse. Cook wants a long-term extension that reflects his growing status among the league's elite running backs. Buffalo, on the other hand, seems hesitant to commit significant cap space to the position, especially as it eyes high-profile additions like McLaurin. And here's where things could take an unexpected turn. Some experts believe Cook could eventually request a trade if progress isn't made soon. The prospect of losing Cook would leave Buffalo's backfield dangerously thin for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. While rookie Ray Davis, a day 3 pick, has shown promise, asking him to take on a starting role so early would be a risky gamble. That's why NFL analyst David Latham believes Buffalo is already preparing a safety net, and his proposed solution adds yet another intriguing twist to the evolving AFC landscape. Latham suggests the Bills should target Pittsburgh Steelers veteran Cordarrelle Patterson via trade. The proposed deal? A low-scoring 7th-round pick. Low risk. Instant insurance. At 34, Patterson may not be the explosive weapon he once dominated the highs, but he remains one of the most versatile offensive players in football. Originally drafted as a wide receiver, Patterson successfully transitioned to a dual-threat running back returner hybrid during his time in Atlanta. He still averaged more than 4 yards per carry last season and remains a highly respected veteran presence. From Pittsburgh's perspective, trading Patterson makes sense. The Steelers recently drafted Caleb Johnson and signed Kenneth Gainwell in free agency, filling out their backfield alongside Jaylen Warren. Patterson has become expendable. For Buffalo, signing Patterson would provide invaluable depth behind Davis, Ty Johnson, Frank Gore Jr., and Darrynton Evans, especially if Cook's situation deteriorates further. More importantly, his special teams prowess could add value to a team looking to dominate every phase of the game come playoff time. And here's where it all comes together. If Buffalo signs McLaurin to supercharge the passing game, if they secure Patterson to stabilize the backfield, and if they finally resolve Cook's contract situation one way or another, the Bills would enter the 2025 season armed with one of the deepest and most complete offensive arsenals in the league. Combined with a revitalized defense and a favorable schedule, this is the kind of roster that not only competes in, but threatens to dominate the AFC. But for every other AFC contender, the Raiders included, these changes raise huge new questions. Because if Buffalo reaches its full potential, the entire playoff landscape will change dramatically. Raider Nation, imagine this scenario. Josh Allen with Terry McLaurin as a new target, James Cook leaving, Cordarrelle Patterson arriving. If the Bills really make all these moves, do you think anyone could stop Buffalo in the AFC? Or do the Raiders still have the weapons to surprise? I want to see your opinions in the comments. Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, but I will come back later to update you with the latest news from the Buffalo Bills.